At least we're finally getting honest. First of all, the premise of Chair Anderson's comments was text makes everything cheaper, and I can tell you that my phone is not cheaper since tech came around, and I don't think that comment's valid. The next thing I heard is it's about the students, it's about the students, and it's about the students. And if you're willingly ignoring the effects of a budget cut on a university, then I suppose you can say that. But the reality is that this actually ruins the student experience and inhibits the quality of education, which is what we need to be at a high standard. I think you want to be at a high standard. And so finally, I felt like you guys got honest and like, this is really about cuts, which is what I've been saying all along. So I appreciate that we can actually have the conversation that we really should be having right now, that this is actually just about finding new ways to cut the system. And I think Senator Draheim really played the card well when he explained that he thought that Min-State was trying to hide this. If you come from the premise that government is bad, or that these organizations or bureaucracy are somehow bad, then I suppose you're going to go look for things that fit that narrative. My experience in higher education is that the role of government, and especially in the role of higher education, is to make people's lives better. I'm personally believing the reason why we didn't see more information about this is because I don't know if anybody believed you'd actually pull this out and make this a part of the bill. The article explained very clearly why online rates are more expensive, yet you glossed over that and talked about how it's out-of-state versus in-state tuition, not acknowledging the part of the article that actually walks you through what's more expensive, almost as if that just wasn't there. It's not like we're up here just making things up over here. The reality is this, and it's very simple. When you put this bill through, and if it were to become law, you create cuts in a system that's already been cut to pieces, and you're going to create more cuts. And in some ways, it makes me feel like there's been this thread throughout the system, throughout this session, that talks about it somehow like Min-State is the villain here. Min-State's not the villain, folks. If you want to see the villain of higher tuition, go look in the mirror. Because the reality is higher tuition continues to happen because we do not invest in higher education at the level that is necessary to give us what we need. And then on the back end, you want to tie their hands on their back by holding tuition straight. Now, I don't have any problem with, and I like the idea of holding tuition flat if we can. But we can't, the money doesn't just magically appear. I asked in committee, Chair Anderson, where is the money going to come from to make up for this loss? And you did not answer the question. I don't expect you to know. You're not in the administration. It was a hypothetical question to illustrate this is not thought out. This is fiscally irresponsible. This is harming the student experience and the educational system that we want to protect and hold strong. This amendment allows us to kind of fix that. And so I'm very disappointed that I continue to hear the hyperbole I do about it's supposed to be about the students, when the reality is anybody looking at this can tell you're harming the university system by what you're doing. And then pretending like it doesn't and hiding behind this mantra that it's about the students, no matter how many times you say it, whether it's once or 5,000 times here, that doesn't make it right. And it doesn't make it true. This is not about the students. This is about finding new and ingenious ways to make cuts to government. And while I don't have a problem with prudent cuts where they should be there, let's do them in a thoughtful manner. This is not that.